Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Real Comic Book Talk. I'm here with my man Josh Dole. He has a graphic novel called Rapid City Below Zero. I was just talking to him about it. How about you tell everybody a little bit about what's going on?
Rapid City Below Zero, it's a supervillain revenge drama. The main character is Icicle. She's a supervillain. She's betrayed by another supervillain early in the story, Coil. Her crew gets murdered, her boyfriend gets murdered, and then this story is about the beginning of her revenge. It's how she goes from the initial tragedy of that betrayal to getting her head right, figuring out how to live this way, and then I can't spoil it, but then do something about it.
Alright. Well, when I first came over here, I said, you asked me, what do I like? I said, I like heroes. He said, well, you know what, this book isn't for you. And then he told me a little bit about the book, and I started getting interested. I said, wow, this actually is a good concept. So what made you decide two supervillains fighting each other, pretty much?
Before I did that book, I wrote a book called Rapid City Objects of Rest, which is all about being a superhero. This book is really thinky, it's really emotional, it's really about what goes on inside your head when you're trying to do something. Like, I mean, the comparison I make is, the verb you use is like YouTuber, right?
Right.
So there's a point where you wanted to be one of those, and there was a point where you became one of those.
Okay, true.
So how do you cross that line for being a superhero? How do you go from not doing it to doing it?
That's a good question.
Right? How many people do you have to save? How many bad guys do you have to fight? What if there aren't any bad guys in your city? Like, what do you like? So I did this, and this is really cerebral. So to kind of cleanse my palate after that, I wanted to do something high conflict, aggressive, and I also worked for 10 years in Boston at the Department of Youth Services.
Oh, okay.
With locked up teenagers, with criminals. And the guys who I was working with were slightly older teens, and I worked daily with a lot of lifetime criminals.
Yeah.
So it just naturally came out that I would write about bad guys that are. So the bad guys in here are not cackling madmen or super geniuses. They're literally emotionally troubled children who grow up into violent adults.
Okay.
They don't know how to handle their own problems without hurting other people.
Right. And that, you know, that actually hits home for a lot of people. It makes a lot of sense. Because, you know, a lot of people don't just turn out bad. Things make them become bad.
Nobody just turns out bad.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a few like just genetic psychos who are born psychos. But when you do your worst things, when you do shitty things, when your friend tells you to come to a party and you're like, oh, you know what, I can't, I got this other thing, and it's shitty because your friend would come to your party, you do that because you felt wrong. You're like, well, I had a hard day at work, so I get to be shitty to my friend.
Right.
Because you feel like you had a hard... Extend that to everybody, and it's the reason why bad things happen. Like, for example, if you feel like your daddy never loved you, and nothing you could ever do could make your daddy love you enough, you might become the worst president in history.
Right.
Just you know, because you're just trying to like find like, well, if I didn't get any love from my daddy, why should poor people get health care?
Right.
You know. You know, I try not to get too political.
No, it's fine. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I think a lot of people on this channel agree with you the same.
Probably this isn't your first episode?
No.
So probably by this point, you know who your audience is?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
so we're good.
Alright, so I'm going to check this book out. I advise everybody if you
it's just a new phone, so
can you go online and find out anything about it?
I'm all over social media.
Okay.
Facebook is the best way. It's Rapid City Below Zero.
sorry about that.
It's belowzerocomic.com. I use social media more than I use my webpage, so find me there, or at Rapid City on anything, at Rapid City on Twitter, at Rapid City on Instagram, all that stuff.
Alright, man. Alright, well, I'm gonna check it out. I hope y'all check it out too, and hopefully we'll see you later. Hopefully you do bigger, better things.
I'm on my way.
Alright, bro.
Thank you.
Alright.